Well, hello everybody, it's Rich220, and once again we got more problems. I have no idea what the hell is wrong with this thing, but the vacuum advance broke, so I have to yank the distributor out again. And everybody was saying it was fouled when it was doing that popping and everything. So before the vacuum advance tube broke, um, I actually pulled the distributor out and put it at number one when it was at top dead center. Well, it did absolutely nothing. So I am at a loss for what's wrong with this thing. I really do. I have no idea. Everything that everybody's been telling me, I've been doing, and it's still not working. So I'm about ready to just go and get the owner's manual and see what the hell's up. Maybe that'll tell me something different. Now, a lot of people think that 55, 56, and 57 are the same. The vacuum advance on a 57 is not the same as a 56 or a 55. Okay? 55 is the one that came with a gas door on the side, driver's side of the car. There was a gas door on it. 56 and 57 were the only ones that had the hidden gas tank. That was the one, 56 had it with the behind the driver's side tail light. And 57 has a opening door on the chrome thing going to the crown part of the strip that goes on the back fin of a 57 Chevy on the driver's side. So, and I'm not sure about 58. I mean, I'm not into that year anyway, so. This is the year that I wanted as far as the car goes, but I mean, as far as this thing is concerned, I don't know if it's ever going to run. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I'm not getting any oil up top. That's a problem. The last time when I had it hooked up, at least I was getting oil up top. Now I'm not getting anything. Like I said, the distributor, after I reset it again or put it back in a different position, I got nothing. It wasn't backfiring. It wasn't cranking right. It wasn't, doing anything with the gas. It wasn't firing over. Nothing. The timing chain and the gear may be a problem. It may be a problem because of the fact that it's a double roller gear and chain. They may have the timing marks on the upper gear in the wrong place. That's quite possible. I've had that happen with a 1950 Dodge Coronet with a flathead 6. Okay? Everybody says that's impossible. It's not impossible, folks. Manufacturers screw up all the time. Just look at the valve spring compression tools that I had. I had to go through 5 of them in order to get 2 valves off. Really? And one snapped while I wasn't even touching it. So, yeah, hello. Anything is possible. Now, what I'm going to do here is I got to take the cap off because you can't yank the distributor out with the cap on it. It's just not enough room. So I have to find a Phillips head screwdriver wherever the hell I put that. Oh, it's in the carburetor. Okay, very good. And here we go. So we're just going to turn this way. There's still enough tube left on the vacuum advance to rethread this if I have to. I better get a flathead because that Phillips head doesn't work too well with this. I think because the screws are stripped because it's so far back and there's only enough room for a certain size Phillips head screwdriver to go in there, and I don't have that readily accessible. So I have to look for a flathead. And yes, I do have the valve cover off on the driver's side. That's this right here. Okay, because I wanted to see what was going on in there. Now, as far as torquing down the, not torquing down, as far as tightening and adjusting the rocker arms. 0 lash means you can't do this. You won't hear any real noise coming from the rocker arms, okay? That one has a little bit of a noise on it, so that's got to be tightened down, adjusted. Oh, that's way loose. That's got to be tightened down. That's a little bit. That's not. And that one is. Okay. So we have to do some adjustments on the rocker arms. Not a lot. Very little. Now, when you don't hear any clanging noise from the end of the rocker arm that's over the valve spring, okay, that's when it's zero lash, okay? And if it's your hot rod, you want to do it a quarter of a turn. If it's your buddy's hot rod, you want to do it a half a turn because you want to blow him away in a race, okay? And if it's grandma's grocery getter car or hot rod, you want to do it a full turn, okay? Now, the reason why these things have to be tightened down to zero lash, and I'll tell you why right now, is because if you don't tighten them down, you leave enough clatter, these rocker arms can fall off the push rods, okay? And they can fall off of the valve spring. And then you're going to have a world of trouble. That's why you do it zero lash. Now, excuse me while I try and find a flathead screwdriver so that I can take this thing off. Pretty sure I had one out here. Yes, there is one right here. Now, the original way that I had this, no, there. The original way I had this before I maneuvered it, hold on, let me just check something real quick before I start yanking things apart. Okay. The harmonic is at top dead center, once again. Okay, if you need to see that, for all the people who are questioning my abilities, this is the reason why I'm having so many problems with this car. Is because it seems no matter what I do, everybody says I'm doing it wrong. Well, there is the harmonic balancer down there. And the line is right dead center of the tab that actually has little markings on it, okay? So that is not the problem. She is at top dead center. You can see here, this one is flat up. This is your exhaust. This is your intake, okay? The intake has not started going down yet. That is at zero down there, okay? This is at zero up here, okay? So when I get done making sure the points are actually opening and closing after I pull that distributor out, I'm going to make sure that the rotor above the points is pointing at 1 on the distributor cap, okay? It's right next to the window on this side, on the driver's side. There's a little metal window that, you know, you could pull the piece out and you can see the points. It's supposed to be able to adjust the points from there, but it doesn't really help because you can't see it with all the other clutter that's around it, okay? So I'm going to yank this out and we're going to see what has to be done. Actually, I know I have to ream the end of the vacuum advance so that way I can actually put it back in the carburetor where it belongs. And yes, it goes underneath the passenger side, underneath where the fuel filter goes into the carburetor. That's where the vacuum advance goes. Now, I have the other piece of the tube that broke off somewhere around here. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's somewhere around underneath this hood. So, okay, that side's off. Now, I gotta take the stool because I'm a little short thing. I'm only about 5'7" or 5'9", something like that. And we gotta do the same with this side. Sometimes and sometimes not. There you go. Sometimes you got to have your finger underneath there on this side because there's so much garbage that's in the way. You can't turn it. You know, you got the motor for the wipers here. You got the coil there. You got the throttle arms for the carburetor. You have this thing burnt up on me yesterday. So the reason why is because the ignition was on and it started smoking. So the whatever the hell they call it, I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. I know what it is. I said it a million times yesterday, but I can't think what it is. Anyway, it's not important. I can get another one of them. But that's just so that way you don't burn up your ignition. Okay? Your ignition's hooked up to that. So apparently it's not completely burned up because I was still able to crank the car over yesterday. Oh, I need the stool. Because I need to get the cap off first and lay it over the top of the carburetor so I can yank the distributor out. Okay. Now, off. There you go. See, now it just popped back in again. But the problem is, the distributor is no longer at 1. It is now at 8. We're in between 8 and 1. So that is no longer any good. Okay, put the screwdriver down. And now that we got this out, come on, don't give me no grief now. All right. Get off. See what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. This is the kind of aggravation that I got to put up with this thing. This should not be happening. Oh. Get out of the way. Jesus. This has never been this difficult to get out. I've never had to do it like that. Okay. Now, folks, I've had a lot of arguments with a lot of people over this. Okay, you see that rod in there? There's only 2 ways you can drop this distributor in. One is this way, and the other is that way, okay? In order to activate the oil pump. If you do not have it in this way or that way, you will get no oil up top. That's what I'm talking about. Everybody keeps arguing with me about that. There's 11 ways to drop the distributor in. I don't give a damn how many ways there are to drop the distributor in. If that bar does not go into the top of the oil pump, there's going to be no oil brought up to the top of your engine. Period. And there's no way to rationalize it any other way. That's it. Now, with this bad boy here, I want to make sure that the points are opening and closing, because if it's not doing anything, then I'm not getting nothing. There's the problem. So I'm going to take this rotor off. So you can see what I'm doing. I want you guys to all know what I'm doing here, because a lot of people don't think I know what I'm doing. To this very day, everything's got to be a frickin' argument. It's not an argument. It is what it is. Nothing anybody else is going to say is going to make it any different. Okay? So arguing with me is not going to fix the problem. And it's not going to make you seem any more intelligent either, especially if you got a non-basis for knowing anything about the car. Okay? Now, doing it this way, alright, the points are opening and closing. It may be too much, but you really can't see it because it's all up in there. You know, you got that plate up top. You can't remove that plate. Well, you probably can, but, you know, not the way you would want to. Okay, that's grounded. And this one comes out. Alright, now what I got to do is I got to take the vacuum advance tube off, because I actually have to re-thread it and re-hone out the end over here. So this has got to be opened up so that way it fits into the other piece. I'm going to put this on the cardboard box for now because I got to find the other piece. Okay, that way it doesn't get any dirt or debris or anything else on it. I have to find the other piece of the vacuum advance, the tube, because it actually has the metal fitting on the end that goes in to the front of the carburetor. So that may be easier said than done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take that out of here for now, so that way that don't become an issue to me. And then the tools, I'm going to put them up here. And I'll put this in here. Okay. That's a vacuum or a radiator clamp. So I'm going to use this for the, oh no, I'm not going to use it for anything. The screw fell out of it. I guess I'm going to have to get another one. Okay, this is the gas that I was using to put in the carburetor. Extra flexi hose. Hey Mortsky, you want a flexi hose? Look, the inner part is not worn off yet to where it's actually going to squish up on you on either end. Let's see, and this is one of the original pieces that goes and protects the, I guess, the spark plugs or whatever, but this can be put back on, so I'm not going to lose this. I'm going to keep this because I can get that back on there. Okay, we got the valve cover. I just got to remember where the hell I put everything. That's the problem, is every time I come out here to work on this thing, there's something else that goes wrong. Screwdriver. Oh, extra gaskets. Yay. Extra spark plug. That was for checking the distributor. Oh, not the distributor, the rotor. No, not the rotor, the coil. See what I mean about being tongue-tied in the morning? I know what I mean, but you don't, because I sound like an idiot when I'm talking about other things. Is this it? I don't know if that's the one or not. No, I think that's the old one. Because I don't think the threaded piece came off of it yesterday. And this goes to my diesel tank. I don't know why that's here. Alright, let's see. These two can go back where they came from. It's a good thing to have in order to put the harmonic back on, because remember, 57 did not have the bolt. So that way you could tighten things down. Okay. So dig through all this mess in order to find one piece of metal tube with a nut on the other end. So it broke off, and you know I need to thread that in to what's here to find it. Torque wrench. No, that's a breaker bar. Breaker bar. Ratchet. Nope. No. It goes over here. No idea why I got a lighter here. It's like a wood starter. A wood. Oh, good. We got gasket sealed. Get the hammer out of the way. Keys. Okay, I must have done something else with it. It's not here. Apparently got this car from Texas, but it says New Jersey. See, look. That's going to go back on this car. One of the pins broke off, but it's going to go back on here anyway. I'm wondering if I put it inside the car. Anything's possible with me. I got things scattered all over the place. Oh, good. Here's another. One of those. And another piece of broken tube. This is the right tube, just the wrong end. It might be in the car. I might have put it in it. I'd have gotten aggravated and just said, worst case scenario is I think I have one of them things in my toolbox. So if I have to, which I think I'm going to have to, because I don't see it anywhere. It's not down there, so I guess I could try and move this stuff out of the way. Let's see if I can find it. And I think I found it. Nope, it's another broken part of it. That's so weird how I can't find it now. It's like this is about the size of the piece that I need, but it has to have a nut on the end. Okay, breaker bar back down there. Right back down there. That. Oh, still no luck. Trying to think what the hell that goes to. Looks like something from here. Might be the maybe the tail light lens. I don't know. Or maybe the no, it's not over here. I could have put it in the trunk too. I have no idea. My mind like wanders when I get annoyed by things for a while. Oh, that's a part to the tool, the harmonic balance puller. There's another spark plug, but that's all bent to hell. Well, there's a timing gear. Top one, I think. No, that's a lower one. It's not here. It's got to be in the car somewhere. Turn signal relay switch. Got to be in the car somewhere. Check over here first, and then if not, then I'll move the tar tent over and check the other side. Nope. Where I'm always tripping over something, no matter how stupid it is. All right, let's check over here. It's not over here. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. All right, so I got to bend this back. See, I got to take that nut off the end there. So I have to bend this tube straight, or I have to tighten this in so that way it'll come off. And I can do it with a pair of pliers, or I can do it with a pair of vice grips. There it is, folks. Okay. Now I gotta see if this is gonna fit over this or if I have to straighten this out. Alright, this should not be flopping around like this either. Oh, wow. She's really on there. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. Let's go like this. All right, now it should go on. No, almost. See, now once that tube pops out the other end, then I can ream it to create it to have a vacuum seal. Just got to make sure you don't hit the threads. Takes a little time to work it, folks. It doesn't happen in a minute. Take it back off. Maybe it's got to be flattened a little bit more. I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's not that big of a deal. Are you kidding?